It just works here at Bells Beach. And the other competitor in the lineup here, Willian Cardoso, even though he is a rookie, he got some reps back in 2015.
Impressive.
He went on a mad tear. He was a wrecking ball, the big man from Brazil.
And so, again, you look at all of these surfers in this heat, they're all capable of winning. And it's exciting because it's first heat of the morning, and it looks like a stacked Bells Bowl, 6 feet, and some bigger sets.
And we'll talk more about those results in a moment. But right now, we've got the first wave of the morning. And it is for the man representing Portugal. Frederico drives up into the section. The Bells Bowl standing up this morning. This wave's going to close out, unfortunately. But I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as the swell's concerned, Pete.
Definitely some size there. It is a little disorganized. It's not those true groomed lines. You can see there's a little bit of lerp in the ocean. The swell is fairly close. So you get kind of this other, extra bump in the lineup. So again, with that wave choice, trying to find those waves is going to give you that canvas. And I think you'll see a lot of one solid maneuver. Any surfer out there that could put 2 big turns on that outside section are really where you're going to see those scores elevate.
Judges want more high-risk surfing, so Frederico's got to adapt. He got a 2.33 on that first wave. As we now see what Kolohe Andino can do on the first ride of the morning. On his first ride, he drives up into the pocket a couple of times. This wave's still flat. He's waiting for it to stand up.
Wow.
And he slipped off.
What a bummer, because that was, again, when you take those waves that just kind of hug the bowl, there's a certain strategy to catching a little bit smaller wave that will give you those opportunities. It looked like that wave was going to be able to give them, especially that section there. And that fall could cost them big.
Let's have a look here. What goes wrong?
Well, early morning, you start to try and push and put pressure. That front foot, nope, the back foot slips off. It literally fell right off the board as he was going in to do that maneuver. And, in early morning, you want to have that grip all slicked up. Some of those tricks that you can use is, waxing the top of your feet so you get the slime off. But again, it's just early morning adjustments. Your first wave of the heat, you're pumped up, and sometimes a mistake will happen.
Well, here goes the Brazilian rookie, Willian Cardoso. Huge frontside float to get started. He's going to drive into the bowl now. Winds through a carve, this wave. He needs to make one more turn in order to get this wave to count. This one moving through to the inside. That's what you want, that big section coming at you. He attacks it, but just gets a little disconnected from the water and goes down.
Yeah, and another fall and another section that really was the best and most critical section of the wave. He had to make that in order to solidify that score. Now it's going to be probably in the fair, maybe even in the poor range. So here's the replay of Willian's big float on that outside section. A little off balance, but again, he keeps it together, holds that speed. Much bigger wave. You can see, almost double overhead on that face. But this section here was really a very critical section. It was top to bottom. It was going to have that full on, a lot of speed carried into that section, so just a bit of an opportunity there lost. Did have a little bit of off balanceness to it, but he did connect with it with the 2 carves, and then that final section, unfortunately, there was a big opportunity.
Andino, eyes off the inside. Does well to hang on that floater. Climbs up over the foam. So now he's on his way to a pretty decent number. Once more on the inside. This wave will flatten out for a moment before standing up again. Andino sticking with it. Trying to build some speed for something critical through the inside. Nice cut down there. Drives up into the pocket once again. What kind of finish can he do on the inside shore break section? A very clean, tidy maneuver. He wanted to get this ride finished well. He did that. Good surfing. That morning light starting to pop here. An earlier start than we're used to at Bells, wanting to get through as much of the competition as possible today.
Be interesting to talk to Strider as he looks down towards Winky Pop to really see where the sun kind of, if it affects the surfers riding these waves too, because it is fairly bright and it's low. As we watch this wave here, such a difficult move to climb a whitewater section like that. Good rhythm throughout this midsection through into this inside. Just beautiful flow for Kolohe. Not super difficult, these maneuvers. But again, just nice flow, and I think that's part of the it is part of the criteria, and will help this score to get a bit elevated, especially this final section.
I like the first turn on that ride. Andino now chasing a number. If he can get himself into the 7s, he'll be looking good here. Nice big carve. The most drawn out turn that we've seen this morning. He goes to that rail once again. And then gets his board up over that final section.
Kolohe, bigger set wave. Again, that transition float on a vertical section, but see how much speed he carries into this carve and just rips into it. Beautiful all the way through that carve. I feel like he could have gone straight up right there, but he decides to go out into the face. Maybe a bit of a missed opportunity here, but he's not going to blow it on the end. He's going to go up and over. You know, when you're seeing that little south wind wonk come across.
Here goes Frederico. He's been a little quiet in the opening stages here. Had a 2.33 earlier on. Let's see what he can do. So a medium-sized set wave. There's a good section to lay into. Goes to the layback. You know, Frederico's just begging for a wave on the bowl to stand up that's nice and clean.
A super high-risk move, but it's completed. He finishes it. This is Frederico's wave. I like how he was able to get through the maneuver very quickly in those kind of snap floaters. And then the layback gouge was committed as well.
That always scores well with the judges. Out the back, in the white, Willian Cardoso. He's got a good looking wall here. Smooth arc in the pocket. Steeper section there. Mixes it up with a bit more of a vertical approach. Just transitioning through to the inside now. And he wants to get a big finish and make sure he gets this wave completed now on the inside. So a 4.67 on his very first ride. He's got a couple of numbers to come now. We're waiting on the panel to set the scale for the morning. I think you can see what they're thinking already, Pete.
There was one section here that he did attack, get into that lip section right here, where he connects with the lip. Again, that's a vertical face. That's where the maneuvers need to be executed for criticalness. But then the wave kind of lets him down here. It flattens out. But that last final section there, enjoying family time.
6.5 minutes to go as the heat leader takes off once again. Things starting to clean up now, and as a result, the turns are getting bigger. Willian Cardoso with a nice combo on the outside, hangs on to that second turn. And this is that moment where you've got to make that decision. Have I done enough on the outside to warrant driving all the way through to the shore break and finishing this wave off? Willian says yes. He's trying to get rid of a 4.67. Tidy just tries to drift that tail a little on the inside.
Willian takes the first wave with that priority. And again, the smaller waves tend to stand up on the ball. And that was a beautiful turn, especially the fact that he was able to redirect that board all the way back to the ball, getting that nose pointing back the opposite direction. That's commitment in a maneuver. And then getting around that section, attacking the second ball in a totally different style of turn. I like this wave for Willian. I feel like he's probably going to be right up there, very close for the best wave of the heat. It's really between Kolohe's, being that he got this little bit bigger wave and that first carve on that outside section. We'll see where the judges feel like what was more difficult.
And on the outside, Frederico gets an opportunity also, and he hammers the lip. So you can see conditions improving as that sun burns off some of the breeze, irons out some of the kinks in these waves. And Frederico driving through to the inside, just hit a few lumps on that shore break. You get a little bit of feedback from the beach here, and he went down.
Best exchange of the heat so far. Everyone getting a piece of the action there. 3 waves, all 3 surfers picking up great rides. Some of the best of there. It's just unfortunate there for Frederico not to finish that one. Look at this first turn there from Frederico. Very, very solid. A lot of speed carried in there, and see, that's a steeper section. Lays into it. And then a nice combo of the rhythm. This is a smaller of the 3 waves. It did stand up nicely during this part of the wave. Sometimes the wave will flatten out a lot. This one kind of stayed a little bit more vertical. Just this mistake here is going to cost him a little bit.
That's crucial because the inside section, the shore break, is a lottery. You don't always know what it's going to do. Andino using priority here to keep Willian Cardoso off this wave. Has speed. How's he going to use it? Well, he just bogs down on that section. The heat, luckily for Kolohe, is going to come to a close with him out in front.
Yeah, and that was beautiful work by him getting back out, getting priority. And that was critical because that was going to be an opportunity for Willian, only needing that 5.64. So good work there, protecting his lead for Kolohe. But I mean, if you look at the wave there, the point of difference at the bowl, this is from Patamo, is the ability of holding the rail deep into the pocket with speed and power. That's exactly what Kolohe did on that second maneuver.
Have a look at the heat score totals. 11.63 for Andino. Just in second place was Willian Cardoso, but Andino will be happy about that.